we're doing it late, but I just want to say, if you like this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you'll get notified when I post. Also, I just wanted to say, respect other people's property, so that way you respect yourself and respect others. So here's the rest of the video.
Oh, baby's in there. Oh.
To channel today, we are exploring, or I'm going to be sharing the history of this house. It's an amazing house. Before we get started, please smash that like button, subscribe, and we're going to be showing you a really, really amazing house. But let's get started. This chimney is so pretty. So, and the porch is well built. Got untwisted. It's well built. So, what kind of history does this house have?
Ooh, let's see. It was built, well, they've got 1865 on the sign, but actually, you know, the Civil War just ended then. Nothing was built around then. And actually, Wycliffe, who owned the house, built the house, he lived in Ohio. I think I read somewhere that he came back in about 68, so it's probably built about 68 to 70 or so. They say it took 5 years to build it, and that he stayed in a rock, underneath the rock right out there. It kind of sticks out, and built it. I'm sure he had to have a lot of help, though.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the logs and getting everything ready, you know, I'm sure.
A lot of preparation.
Yeah, I'd say because, you know, all kinds of people would come and help, you know, neighbors would come and help build for house raisins and things. I'm sure he had help maybe from families and friends maybe.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't have done it himself.
It's a beautiful house.
It is. It's a two-story log cabin. It's got 4 rooms. And let's see, it was a double, let's see, what was it, a dog trot. In the middle, it was left open.
Yeah.
This part is not logs, it's left open. And I think they call it a double pen dog trot or something. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. And so Wycliffe served in the Civil War, and Lordy, I don't have the date right now. I think it's 61. He was in Scott County, and he joined at Osborne's Fort, Osborne's store or something. He's joined, and he wasn't in it too long, maybe a year or something. He got very sick, and I guess they sent him home.
Yeah.
Or unless his time was up, I don't really know exactly, you know. And he fought up north, and his unit did his 48th Unit Company B.
Yeah.
And I think he's supposed to fight with, well, I don't remember, but anyway. And he came back here, and then he married. I think they married over in Kentucky, well, I can't remember what the exact name of it. Married in Kentucky, and they lived in Ohio.
That's
a
awesome.
A couple of children were born before they come back here and built this house. I think his daddy gave him the property. He owned it, William Nash. He owned the property, and he gave it to him.
So Nash House has been through a lot of generations.
Well, yeah, just William was the only one before that. I mean,
yeah.
The first one to live on this property was John Clark. I think he had a store in Coburn, and he had a round house, and he used this maybe for hunting. I'm not sure if he lived here all the time or just used it as hunting. It's supposed to be an animal trace where a lot of animals, a path for them, and they hunted, and then he sold it to Reuben Steele, who was a Methodist preacher that traveled. And
A lot of people's owned it.
Huh?
A lot of people's owned it.
Yeah. Well, and then his wife died in childbirth I think in 1837, and he had 5 children. So he sold it to William Nash, and moved off. And the first ones that were buried in the Nash cemetery was his wife and the child. That's how it started, 1837. And so then he moved, and then William, I think it's about 1837. So of course then, I'm not sure if William lived here or not ever. And Reuben Steele had one room log cabin. It was torn down, and it had a kitchen on the back.
Yeah.
The first one, John Clark, had like a round building, round hut. And I'm not getting this all in a straight thing.
It's
And,
okay.
John Clark, he found when he was living here, he heard some noises one night, and there was this woman and her baby that had been captured by the Indians, and they came back here, and he found her and brought her into his cabin and took care of her, but she died, her and the baby, and they're buried way over on the property on over there.
I hate that they passed away.
Yeah, they did. You know, a lot of people were captured, and they would escape and try to come back. With the baby, it would have made it very hard.
Oh yeah. They got to make sure that the baby is okay and protect it.
It'd been a hard trip for a woman. Let's see. And then William Wycliffe, he built the house, and then he had 14 children, and all of them lived to be grown before any of them ever died. And they farmed and everything, and he had a license to sell liquor for the government. He had a still, and he had, some people have, I think one in Ohio has some little tags that went on the bottles.
From here.
Yeah, we don't own any. I don't know, maybe they can give us some days, I don't know. But yeah, they went on the bottles and they sold it. That's how he made his living, but he's also sold fruits and vegetables.
That'd be awesome if y'all can get it some and have it here.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times people don't share things.
Yeah, it's part of the history here.
Yeah, and then these people came from Tacoma. This colored boy who was raised, he was living with the guy that owned a train depot. Worked in a train depot in Tacoma. They came up here to buy vegetables and stuff, and he liked it here, and he wanted to stay, and he asked if he could stay here, and they let him come and live here. So he lived here many years, and his name was Jim Anderson, and then he left later, later in life when he was grown, and he lived over, I think, in West Virginia. He was married but had no children.
That's a lot of history.
Yeah, and let's see, some of them died, later, different ways. One was killed in Bontown, and one was found over there, dead. But most of them, one died in the war, I think the Mexican War. And
so there's a lot of military.
Let's see, I think he fought in, one of them went to China, I think it was. Let's see. He died in the Philippines, I believe. The disease, not, you get malaria or something, things like that. And he died of that. And two of them left here and went to Minnesota. And one of them, he got injured real bad, and he died, and he's buried there, and the other one's buried there as well.
So this house was built in the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Around 1868 to 70, I'd say.
Y'all have done a really good job
Yeah, it's
keeping
been
it up.
very, very hard, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of years we've been working on it. But
So the cemetery is part of the house, or
well,
the property.
yeah, well, we don't really own that. I mean, that's, just the Nash Cemetery, but,
Yeah.
it used to be, I guess, Used to be on the property, yeah,
Okay.
and stuff, yeah.
So that's a good thing. It's keeping the family.
Yeah, but all the children, and there's lots of people that still live here,
Yeah.
on the land, which I do, on land that was the Nash
That's
land.
awesome.
And too many of them are dying off now, just about
Yeah.
all of them. There's
I
one going
hate
to be
that,
buried,
but-
Betty Easterling is going to be buried up here. I guess her ashes and at 2. Nearly all the older ones have gone.
Yeah.
Sad, their mountain's changing.
Yeah.
This is an amazing house.
Yeah. We've wanted to build it back, fix it kind of like it was.
Yeah, that's nice.
For the Nashes didn't have it anymore. The Fullers bought it, and they lived here many years till they bought it probably in the 40s and lived here. And then a kinfolk of them, Larry Sanders, owned it last before. And he sold it to Ronald Stidham, who was going to he was going to divide it up. He had the logs numbered. He was going to sell the house to somebody far away.
Yeah.
And he found out it wouldn't perk. So then that wouldn't work because he was just going to sell this in lots for people to build on, and it wouldn't work. So then he agreed to sell it to us.
I'm glad they
So
kept
we
it.
were glad we saved the house. It was breaking all of
Yeah.
our hearts. So we formed the Nash Corporation to get money to pay for it.
So is the GoFundMe still up and running for to keep the house being
Yeah,
restored, finished?
Yeah, there's
I
still
mean,
things
fully.
to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a lot
It
to
takes a lot to
keep a house running.
Right,
So.
yeah. We're in the process of trying to build bathrooms that are not complete, and that has cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And we need to replace some of the buildings, barns and outer buildings if we can and stuff. And the inside is not fixed up like it should be. The roof ceilings aren't
Yeah.
in. So we still have a lot to do, but it's come a long way.
Yeah. It has. I've noticed when I was little, we would come by, and what it was then and what it is now. It's amazing the
Yeah.
process of it. Yeah.
This lady, she rented it. She didn't have a lot of money, and she rented it for many years. And she took care of it, basically, It would
Yeah.
have probably fallen down had nobody lived in it. She paid $25 a month rent.
I told Mom I would love to see this inside of this house,
Well, I'll let you see it.
and I'm so excited. It's to be here. It's amazing. So,
Really?
yeah. Oh wow. Beautiful.
It's the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original logs. And they put newspapers on to try to insulate and stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow. Even the stairs is beautiful. I think I'm gonna take a picture from. Okay.
This was actually a bedroom over here. We've got a table in it and stuff.
That is amazing.
We had to rebuild the fireplaces that were torn down.
Yeah. They're still beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
We had to replace most of the windows. They were broken out and stuff.
Yeah.
In bad, rotted.
So was this room used for like a living room,
Actually, this was a
bedroom.
bedroom, but I think they still had to kind of cook and stuff on it.
So are these some of the?
Yeah, that's Wycliffe and Louisa. These are the ones that he built it. Yeah, this is some of the family. That's her when she was older. He was already gone, I guess, and some of the family and grandkids. This was him when he was in Civil War.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's beautiful mantle. Is this?
That's a picture I took in the winter. And the frame is made from old clapboard off the house.
That's awesome.
I made it in woodworking class.
You did a good job.
Thank you. We're trying to get furniture that's off the period, you know.
Yeah.
But one person didn't like that we had furniture in it that wasn't, you know, of the period. But I'd rather have it furnished and look like a house than
Yeah.
be empty, you know.
I understand that.
Yeah. A lot of it is of the time.
I like these.
Yeah.
These chairs are
That's
nice.
some, chairs that my grandmother had.
No. Yeah, this is of the period of time I bought these, and
Yeah.
a buffet in there. Although they wouldn't, they had like a picnic table that was sitting in the other room as long, you know, basically it was their table.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's hard to see them. And to help by the windows.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are falling apart, falling down.
Yeah, that glue doesn't stay.
Yeah, people would give so much money. Like this is Mary, let's see, Irene, Nash. See, it's hard to see the way that they are.
Like layers.
This looks like a dress and a wall.
It's kind of like the wardrobe I had too.
Yeah, those
Same
are.
design.
This is beautiful.
Oh no, this has got broke. I wonder if something fell. Well, it must have come untaped. Maybe we can glue it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this was the kitchen.
There's another picture.
Yeah, that was one I took too. I took them
Yeah.
at different, it was a big snow, and I took them at different days, different
Yeah.
times of the day, and that one has a darker sky.
It's still beautiful.
These logs are probably the prettiest. They're about 20, 21 inches. That's when the timber was pretty.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how they blend.
Probably when it's kind of virgin timber.
Yeah.
You know, nobody cut it. These are,
That's beautiful.
you know, somebody gave that to us. That's Wycliffe and Louisa. These are the girls of the family. That's Louisa. These are all the girls. Let's see, I can move this so you can see better. This is a picture of the house. It's supposed to be about 1902.
That's awesome.
This is when we first started fixing it up.
Y'all done a lot of work.
Is that picture up here hand painted or?
Yeah, somebody had somebody to do that off the to fix it from the picture of the house.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful too.
Yeah. This one guy, or I bought this and that table in there, he looked for one of those for us, and he found one for us.
That's awesome.
So he got some dishes given to us, so we put them in.
So is this fireplace the original?
No, it's not original. It had to be rebuilt too. They were already
Okay.
gone, torn down.
I understand that. It's beautiful too.
They were basically big rocks, you know. They would just, I guess they just fit together, you know, how they could do.
Yeah.
There was one, great big rocks, and then as they went up, they got smaller. There's one that's used up there in that house. We tried to get it back. It was not used in the house, but it's as outside, and they didn't get it back as part of. And somebody said, you know, the logs were torn down, and the people that rented here, somebody come along and wanted the rocks, and they just let them take them.
Yeah.
So
Goodness
it's just
gracious.
a shame, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the floors too.
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful.
These aren't original either down here, but upstairs I think they are.
They're still beautiful.
We had to replace that one in there, and this one had already been done, yeah.
Pretty much like it would have been.
Yeah,
back then,
uh-huh.
Because the wood
Yeah.
floors, that's what they.
I love the ceiling. It's awesome. Excuse me, Gracie.
house.
It's beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah.
There's a baby bed.
Yeah, we got to put things in between the logs one day. Whatever you call it. I think most of the magazines were added about 1830 some.
Yeah.
It wasn't really during his. See, these don't have logs. This from here to there. It's
Yeah,
was an open space at first. You know, it would have been
right.
hard to go from here to there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's been very difficult.
Yeah, it's been cold in the winter. Now these floors probably are original. They are. They're very well worn.
Yeah. They're
They
beautiful.
feel solid.
Yeah, they're kind of warped and old. It had 3 fireplaces, so we built the third one. That room over there didn't have one.
That's awesome.
These this wood is
Ooh,
not.
careful,
it's
Gracie.
Okay. It's okay. It's just a quilting frame. They're not as nice as down there. We don't know if they were taken from the old one that was torn down or why, or somebody else built it. It was just different than
Yeah.
downstairs. It's added on later or whatever, you know. We don't know.
That's awesome.
I know men knew what they were doing when they used
Yeah, they did. And yeah.
I like that bed frame.
I know where a lot of the women worked and helped their husbands and stuff with building houses back then too. And
This is a big undertaking. You know,
Yeah.
these ceilings are only about 6 feet. You know, downstairs is about 8. You just use this for sleeping up here.
right, didn't need all that.
No, you didn't need
space.
just come up here and go to sleep.
This is a beautiful
Yeah, it's
chest.
a trunk. I think it was given to us. We got a better one right over there. You know,
Where did Mama go?
right over here's one.
It's beautiful.
Hey, Gracie.
I don't know if I can hit it. There. It's not wanting to come open. There.
That's beautiful. That's awesome.
Someone gave me this trunk and things in it. Gave me a bunch of stuff. She actually turned out to be my 4th cousin.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you didn't know it until
No. In my DNA,
Yeah.
she turned out to be the 4th cousin.
These boards are cool.
Yeah. You know, rounded on the top. There's, you know.
Yeah.
That used to be the attic. They would store their corn to dry it out for, I guess, cornmeal
yeah, drum.
and to grind it. And they would store maybe wood up there too. It was said that one of them had black walnut. The last one lived in here, Trig. And it was supposed to be in for his casket, but I don't know what happened to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, you had no place to, well, you had outbuildings, but they were for cows and hay and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of wood the logs were made of?
Poplar, I think. Yeah, they're poplar.
That's cool.
Because you know the poplar tree grows tall and straight.
Right? A lot straighter than any other
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, yellow poplar, I guess. See, we haven't closed in this.
Can you not reach? There you go, sweetheart.
There was supposed to be a door right around here to go into the attic.
Yeah.
You could buy your pair of shoes for $1.89, $1.69. You could buy hats and slips. And,
Things were a lot cheaper
oh
back
yeah,
then.
there's a lot cheaper. Let's see, there's some prices of hats and things. Let's see. Here's some jewels, $7.95. They cost more than shoes and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the hat? Here's hat. $2.45, $1.45, $1.95.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you all get any dates off of these?
There are a couple, yeah. Downstairs is like 1937, 35.
Really?
35 and 37. One person said there was a 1899 over here that they thought was stolen, but I don't know.
Yeah.
On that wall. They put it up here maybe as wallpaper, but you know, as insulation and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you'd do anything. They say you could wake up in the morning and you'd have snow on you due to the cracks because they made the stuff that went in the, what do you call it, and it goes in between the logs,
Yeah.
off the stuff off the property clay, and filled it in, and you know, it would probably eventually come out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Wear out and break up.
Yeah.
Shrink.
This was called the court and parlor. This was like your living room.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a potty chair.
Yeah. There was supposed to be an organ up here, which my Aunt Sue, she, great aunt I guess, she played the organ. And there was supposed to be some chairs up here and a real pretty bed. Evelyn, her daughter, said that there was a bed that had little squares. It was the prettiest thing she'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And there were pictures of the men along the back wall. And originally there was no windows in the back part of the house. But somebody cut them out, you know,
Yeah.
along the way.
I noticed this floor is different than in there.
Well, yeah, I think it might be original. It looks better though,
Yeah.
but it is a little
Yeah.
warped and stuff. But yeah, this one's painted.
Well, it looks like the same type of boards though.
Huh, yeah.
It looks like the same type of boards.
Maybe it was just, it wasn't used as much or something.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful.
Because this was like a living room and they didn't use it, I guess, as
Yeah.
much. Oh yeah, oh, let's see now. Up here.
These chairs are beautiful. A lot of detail put in them.
That feels good, that breeze.
Yeah.
Did you want her to uncover that for you again? So,
I think I'll get it. Just kind of.
it says do not touch.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh. What?
The stroller.
Oh, well, we don't want people to roll it around because the rubber falls off of the, I can take the cover off for you to do
Okay.
It was
Okay.
because people, well, people still do it, they want to roll it around, you know, like move it from here to there.
Yeah.
And the rubber falls off of those tires.
I understand why y'all don't want to
Yeah.
do that. It's
People don't
beautiful.
understand that. Let me move that.
It's beautiful.
Very fragile.
But it may have come from, you know, it was way back.
That's
Were
awesome.
you done with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. This house is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, there's a cute little chair. That's awesome.
And some of the somebody built the windows, especially up here, and somebody had some window panes that, you know, had flaws in them. We
Yeah.
used to make it look like like they were original, like this one is.
Yeah, it's awesome. I want to just take a picture. I do too. Okay.
Huh? Rocks. We got plenty of rocks, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is original. Even the window panes on this is original on these.
That's awesome.
Are the railings original too?
No, those aren't original. Just this part. Just from here, like downstairs.
Yeah.
See, this one has a bit of imperfection right there.
Yeah. They're trying to get it back.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it like, yeah. No, this whole porch had to be rebuilt. It was gone.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was, but
I have a picture at home.
looked almost identical to that picture we had.
I have a picture at home when it was in very bad rate. You know,
Yeah.
nobody was living in it at the time, and it was.
Yeah, they go down when nobody's living
Yeah, it still had
Oh, yeah.
shingles on the roof. It's the roofing, you know. Yeah. And,
You didn't see that?
no.
That's awesome.
It's like there's a swimming pool underneath it.
A swimming pool.
Did you notice this had one?
I made that.
Yeah. You did a good job.
See, we found this on this old picture we got from that woman in Ohio, Mary
Yeah.
Huddleston. And I took woodworking class, and he helped me to, he drew it out for me to cut out, so I made it.
That's awesome.
I made the trim downstairs too. It looked like flames, and the one in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I made these too.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fixing
and
it.
It is original, what it would have looked like.
Yeah.
That's what I go for. And that added a lot to trim.
So I got home.
You don't drop your phone.
I'm putting it inside.
Beautiful. Yeah.
They stored maybe their hand stuff or something. I don't know. It'd freeze in the winter though, I think.
Yeah. Hi, Sissy.
Well, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know.
See?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. May I go?
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
I mean, it might have kept. I went out the door. It may have kept under there with the heat up here. You know.
Wow.
Is there any snakes?
No. Well, yeah.
No for me, yeah for Mammal.
It was a no and then a yeah.
Ooh, cool.
It is cool, ain't it? That's cool.
Wait.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm gonna. Yeah. Cool, you can see underneath the porch.
Cool.
It's amazing.
I can't get it.
Can't get it good.
No. I'm scared.
It's okay.
I'm on the rocks. No, Mommy, I'm not getting wet.
It's beautiful.
Ooh.
I love these boards right here. I don't know if you can see them.
Got water down there?
A little bit.
Where it's rained so much.
Everything looks cool. These boards and stuff.
The what?
The boards and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You might want to get out, sweetheart.
Yeah, they just put doors on them. They got them locked. They don't have the inside stuff. Part of what they use for the steel and stuff, but you know, I guess it's too weedy and old now to
Yeah,
go down there. Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Before things come out, it's.
Yeah.
I took pictures.
Yeah. I want to get a better one.
They need some new ones. Yeah. Kind of like just back under there.
You coming? Gracie, you coming? Hey, Gracie. That's big rocks. It's not too bad.
Okay.
little bit muddy, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can get to it. It's not under that one, it's under the next one. I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
can get on that. The original spring is over here, the spring
yeah.
that they used.
Well, if we can't, I understand.
Yeah.
I don't want. Yeah. Might be able to come.
It was built by rocks. I think they they laid rocks underneath and above, and I think some
Yeah.
of it has fallen in.
Possibility.
Yeah. They knew how to do stuff way back then.
Oh yeah, they did. I see it.
Come up here. This was a garage. This was one of
Yeah.
garage work on things. Built this. Let's see if we can see in there. Right under that. Right under there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There's two big rocks like up on top of there, and there's a space in between them.
Yeah.
Not these two, but on over there. And the kids were, my sister and her friend were trying to jump across them.
Put some blue stuff down.
I'd like to introduce Joyce Shepard. Is that right?
Yes.
Joyce Shepard. They are owners of the,
Yeah. Part owner. Yeah.
part owners of the Nash House. So, thank you so much for letting me do the video.
You're welcome.
I'm so excited to have seen it, and it's beautiful.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.